Hello, everybody. Welcome along to our Hindsight Podcast Studios. I am UB Nso Ndwonovid, alongside three match-ready punters, starting off with TikTok favorite and everyone's favorite punter, Mr. Inyoba Monday. Next up, Twitter Sugar Daddy and award-winning podcaster who's rocking a Bills jersey today, Mr. IBK Sports. Good to have you here. And of course, last but not the least, the man who's retained his job at Nigeria United. We're hearing contracts have now been signed. So here we go for Lock and Verify. Gentlemen, good to have everyone here on the podcast. Are we good?
Yeah, great to be back. Opening the weekend of the season. I didn't think it'd be flatter to deceive. Sometimes, you hype a league up and all of that, but I think it went according to plan. No,
Who's plan?
Yeah, who's plan?
Not for Chelsea fans, though.
It went according to plan.
It went according to plan. I mean,
you expected Chelsea to be City.
No, of course.
No, I mean, last year, the opening game was
against Liverpool.
Also lopsided predictions, and they put up a good fight.
Yeah, they did.
But
City, I thought they put up a good fight.
That didn't go to plan.
I thought they put up a good fight, and
I think the result flatters City.
Of course, I think so too. I thought Chelsea. I thought Chelsea were in that game for as long as that game lasted. They lacked the finishing, the cutting edge in the final third, but I thought they played really well. They contained City. City didn't quite dominate that game. I don't think City will come off that game and say, you know what, we absolutely smashed them. I don't think they would think that way. There was that semblance of quality they have in Haaland and Kovacic.
Yep.
I didn't see not many strikers score that goal.
Did you see where he talked about how he scored the goal?
No.
He said last year Sanchez had a good save against me because he always stays on his line. That's why I took extra touches. So I was waiting for him to make it. That's what he said.
Wow.
Said I took extra touches to get him to commit, and then was able to.
That's class.
High performance stuff.
That's
high performance. Yeah,
high performance stuff. Before we get into it, I was on Twitter. Somebody said, Lagosians is pronounced Palm Groove. That's like Palm Groove. Not Palm Groove. And someone mentioned, when you reach your boss, something come down.
No, yes,
They
come down. Whether you don't go Ikorodu.
When conductor don't call your boss,
you go Igbogo. Your head go correct.
You find yourself in Onipan.
He said Onipan. I said, what is it now? Onipan.
Don't come down.
This thing happened to me. I was like, but this thing is actually Onipanu. Not Onipan.
He said Onipan. He said, when do you meet that bus stop?
No call out.
Sit down there, they look forward to call the speak grammar with you.
He said, I don't understand how adults celebrating baby's birthday and being more in number than the actual celebrants. Somebody reply and say, how baby will just reach 8, one pool, you won't crowd.
Which crowd you get?
Now we the baby come down.
Yes, no.
How now, and it's crazy because someone mentioned what's his name? So what's the biggest match in football? Someone replied SS2 versus SS3. And I think that's the
bragging rights.
Honestly, if you school Nigeria, that is the
bro. This
massive
game
game.
can scatter your school.
There's not just no really day like that.
SS2,
SS2, SS3.
This game can scatter your school
Massive
if you are not
I mean, the whole
careful.
neighborhood.
And the funny thing is everybody go dey support SS2.
Bro, SS2 go be saying, are we good pass?
Everybody go dey support
These people
SS2.
just they bully us. And if na school, all these Ajebo schools these days, where we say there is no seniority, no really there, schools these days. Back in the day, seniority really.
Seniority.
So when
See,
you
I have
SS3,
You see this SS2, SS3
Oh
I have
my
a full story, guy, in my full story. You see when I tell you that this thing can scatter your school if you are not careful. Full-on street fights.
Bro.
Wey be say from this side because of SS2, SS3. Because usually you see seniority. SS3 is thinking now we be senior, but SS2, they think we're almost in SS3
Yes,
now.
yes.
I don't really seniors now. Waiting call they happen.
Bro.
The way why I'm not going to say make SS2 go they look SS3 like say you don't go fit tell me just tell me say come here like you they do to
Normal,
SS3
yes,
or
yes.
no so the rivalry is always like really intense.
You go body now.
And if you can't get boys, we'll be say maybe for that SS2 the sabi play ball because this particular one SS2 called embarrass SS3. You understand? There was a boy Sheffield. Boy can keep. Boy they keep penalty. This Baba fight busts.
Bro.
See Sheffield Aboki boy. He bust the Aboki people from Okoko. Bring them come school. Everywhere scatter. Everybody
Bro.
go house. So
I don't see two
Wow.
brothers. Two brothers in fight. One brother is SS2, one brother is SS3. Full fight, oh.
bro, SS2,
Nah,
That guy is
SS3.
your surname now.
Massive.
That
Bro,
is your name now.
SS2, SS3. See, one of the most violent fight I saw. Anybody wait to be this where they watch Ajan by the high school in Afromedia used to be very violent.
Wow.
One of the most violent fight I don't see ever. SS2, SS3. I tell you, person come out, you get that level that they call up that year. People use a level in UTC knife. Come out for back pocket like this. Cut person.
Bro. Why person
SS2
guy that can't go school?
See
You
this
know,
guy.
It's crazy,
Wow.
man. Tell us your school stories, actually.
No, it was intense. What I can remember is SS2, SS3 game. You know, you lose a game and your classmate, the girls, will be taunting you so badly.
Yeah, that's another thing. Once you
another-
enter
another
class,
angle.
once you enter class, yes.
It was not for the
Bro,
you
don't
hear
feel
me
Once
making my ball, you cannot play.
Get one boy. Get one.
One girl's day of match. You don't
He
feel
say-
I don't lose.
He say,
Once
bro,
girls
make
take
him
come
mad.
match.
One girls
Forming-
day though now,
forming-
and babes go day now. Or I go they
forming-
play. Girls go stay around field.
Forming
They
hard man,
watch.
forming hard guy in school ball, you cannot play. They will be. No, it was nice.
You get one boy from my school. You bury them. Best player I've ever seen with my own eyes. with my own eyes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't say we see players they play, but we know wahala. But you bury them are the best player I've ever seen for my life. Like, I never see myself really progress ball like that. Once babes run deep, now only I feel hold the pressure. Then I could say talent. You get? Say if he did, he did. But some other guys will say they try, they
Yeah.
play ball. Once we done the almost
You don't finish.
one too many touches.
You want the play shot from very
You're
far.
trying to do too much.
One too many touches, bro.
Relax.
the next
According
biggest
to
game.
Joy King.
Relax.
That
Relax.
video. Relax, lads. Just relax.
Honestly, they don't sign up working 10 years.
Bro, Roy, I
No,
swear,
Roy-
give him a
They don't sign
contract.
up 10 years.
You remember that video? Can you remember the
Yes, sir.
video he was saying
Yes,
relax?
now.
Yeah,
You know what he was talking about?
Yes, now.
The masseuse.
Roy King
Exactly.
said that they have the headphones. Like,
Yeah, the
like
headphones,
their
they feel like they're in front of it.
Relax, lads. Relax.
Honestly, man. If
Was
this-
getting the trophy or not?
Say they want to buy players use cars
Car on the cheap.
on the
He said,
cheap.
relax, guys.
Relax,
See, and then after the game, they're coming to the pub, and then they're coming with all their lads. Relax.
Okay, man. Look, if Rocky sees this video, right, that would be amazing. Cause look, honestly,
I won't love that.
it's crazy how
That relax, the boss man.
No, Rakin is incredible, man. But I tell you what, right? Just to wrap up on this, someone said people with no kids, right, are always good with kids. Somebody replied and said they know that the kids will eventually go home. you don't listen and say,
Yes, now.
I'm
I don't
moving
develop
now.
your house.
Take the
You
moment.
can be
I
as
said-
patient as you need to be there on the
Bro,
spot.
you can max out all your
Exactly. You know they follow you go house.
Kids can drive you to the
Bro.
edge.
carry and go house first,
They can
Yeah.
drive you to the edge. Like,
bro.
even when and they're so cute. You know, they're
Yes,
so
now.
cute.
Yep.
I'll tell my daughter, don't take that thing again. She'll look me eyeball to eyeball and smile. There's one throw pillow we have. She's always pulling it down. When I tell her, don't take it down again, she'll look at me and smile. Put her hand on it, pull it down, and look at me and say, what are you going to do?
Wait till you go.
Like,
Yeah, you go weak.
she's
nothing
looking at
will-
me
nothing will
eyeball.
do now.
She's looking at me eyeball to eyeball.
Nothing what you go do now.
You just put her hand and do like this.
Yes,
What are you gonna do? I say, "Oh, don't laugh."
she don't look around and say, I know that children here. I'm the first here. So.
I run this
But once
place.
she done the past 5, she gonna understand. though.
No, she got understand now. You know, you can hand out sanctions. Then,
Yeah, of course.
anyway, let's start
No,
off with
no
Chelsea.
beating, no beating.
No beating.
Oh, sorry.
I use
Beat
my
me, oh. If
my
my
two
boss
fingers.
no beat me. I forgot what's past this song.
bro.
At that time.
Erica said something. Erica said, you know, our parents, we thought our parents were strict, but they were actually saving our lives.
Of course.
And
Of
that,
course.
and that thing is so true, man. You know,
Bro,
I see a lot of kids
I grew
now.
up on the street in Rio off a car road.
Yeah.
Where my parents used to lock us up. They would lock the gate. We'll stay outside the gate. We had a transparent gate like this. We'll stay outside the gate seeing other children play.
Mm.
Bro, this thing used to pain us. Like, children are playing ball. You are just standing on the gate and those children are mocking you. See, you're prisoners.
So wait, you know what? She did that. You know if you beat your enemy.
Wait now. We're gonna laugh. This thing they pain us. But when we grow up, we actually realize our parents saved us from a lot of things.
yeah, vices.
They saved us from a lot of things because you know a lot of those kids, not to really call them out, but you know they grew up, you know, because there's some company you don't need growing up. You know, there's some associations you don't need growing up.
Sure.
Our parents saved us from those things, but you know at the time, Papa, this thing they vexed
I
us.
always say that kids can never know what's good for them.
Of course.
Of course.
So
That's why
even
they're
so,
parents.
this is always funny when parents say, that's not what he wants to eat. No, you know what the kid needs
Of course.
to eat,
Of course.
right?
Yeah.
Oh no, give me the,
And I
give
know-
me
and I know
the.
it
I mean,
it can be very emotional. You know, my daughter was struggling a bit with malaria and cough this week, and we had to give her medication, and you have to literally force her because they don't like it.
Yes, now.
they cry if you make you stop.
Bro, I'm pinning her legs down, pinning her hands. She's crying. She's looking at me eyeball to eyeball. I'm literally shedding tears
Right.
because it's very emotional that she's crying and looking at me like my wife is holding her, but I'm pinning her legs down on her hand so that she doesn't scatter
Still the thing, yeah.
So I'm holding. She's crying. Look at me like you are holding me.
Why they do me this guy
Why,
bad?
like, so it's very emotional, but
See, no,
in the
man,
end,
you just say you don't need my dad.
you know,
Because I did.
in the end, you're like, you're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that emotions, you know, you can suppress that emotion because
emotion no enter my power. They play.
You not guy,
I think
now.
we need to bring your dad on Zoom one of these days.
Baba, see, I remember when I did
Which area did you
when
grow
I did
up?
year one,
Which
when
area
I did
did you
year
grow up?
one. Nah, I reside from K2, then went to our place in Korodu. When I did year one,
The guys who you were,
bro, year one, our results come out.
They don't go be part of
First semester results, bro. First semester results. Everybody don't check, don't send them to their parents. Baba, as I see my own like this, I know if he send, I know if follow that kind of thing. You know, I'm supposed to go school.
You don't bomb.
Baba send message, how far your result? She school is over, we no go see results. I tell my papa, I say result never come out. I say listen, we enter second semester. You see, say me say how far? Say this is. I say result never come out. Say they see they mark some things. Bro, you no go believe. Say they call where I go next week. My papa just tell me saying they my faculty. Say,
Of course, now.
You
It's
dey
a
whine
sensible thing to do.
bro, I'm not even capping.
If the mountain doesn't come to Muhammad,
And you know, as
You
you
dey whine me.
you now go write all the department name. You go
He
send-
there for notice board.
unmistakable.
Nine for see two departments. He say, he say one see one. So I just see my come down for one of our lecturer office. That one see me say, my boss is gonna say, sir, say, I don't know what's wrong with that first semester result. Why? The man say,
Results.
What do you mean what's wrong? What do you mean what's wrong with first semester results?
what did your son tell you, sir? I can't the wine, I can't the beg the man say, oh, the man no
He
gree.
cut an eye.
Why
The
you
man,
dey-
the man come back, the man tell me say, you tell my boss say, don't worry, sir. First thing 7 p.m. tonight, you will see the results.
Best believe.
Bro, I was till that 7 p.m. I was just scared because I don't know the result already. You know, my dad was, I won't say wicked, but he was a very strict person.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do any when I was in year one. I don't feel do it anyhow. If I do any style like this, if I dey go back house, I go barb normal, make it blend again. You know.
But
go
shout out to our
normal.
parents, honestly.
So all those things,
Shout out to our
me, if
parents.
I
I
born
thought
or when I born by God's grace,
Mm.
Baba, I go, my pikin self go chop cane.
No,
Nothing
but-
wey-
but-
Nothing
but
where
the
you
point
want
is-
tell me. You know if you
The
say
point is,
why you no go chop king?
the point is there are
you go
different
chop cane,
ways. There are different ways to handling children. You know, the world. has
Wale, you
changed.
no go beat your pikin.
No, I will beat my pikin. Of course. Not when I say beat, I'm not the way our parents used to beat us then. I would say that from a personal experience, I'm not sure I want to do that to my child.
I tell you what, right?
I want to
Baba, now why I be like
My
this?
parents-
Now why I still do?
My parents won't beat you. My parents won't beat you in a way that
No, my parents used to beat
that
me.
would enjoy you.
No, they
You
used
understand?
to beat me. That
And
they
this was
beat
very
me so that-
seldom.
They beat me so that when
So
you
be
dey
like,
remember,
okay,
when
yeah,
they
beat
think of that thing where you do, when they think of to do am again, you go say, "Kai, no, think better."
Think better, eh?
You
I
know?
bet I was a good boy, though.
Yeah.
Shut
So
up
the-
there.
You will be like who they beat. You will stubborn.
Anyway, I tell you what, my mom actually watches.
Final
Actually watches.
Why stubborn normally? So
Fine,
no way.
No,
way.
no.
Fine when
Something-
no way.
You know, me and my very good friend Dozie, we make a joke all the time. We say some things are constant K. You understand? They will beat you if I know how. You don't even debate them. But let's wrap it up with someone mentioned said Thames posted a picture, so they put the picture up on Twitter and said Thames lost a lot of weight. Y'all didn't even notice. And someone replied and said, "She didn't notice where I'd lose my own weight."
Which guy, Wahala? Speaking of which, the weight will be the notice. You get where he did. Don't be honest with that. Say he
Exactly.
lose weight.
You down,
So
you down.
You get the one way.
Down, good, no.
We're too angry.
Think twice before you put out tweets.
We're too angry.
Right.
To the vex.
Anyway, gentlemen, let's start with Chelsea.
Mm.
And it's just we were in the group yesterday speaking about
Senior man.
Yeah.
about how we wanted to approach the conversation today, and one of the things we unanimously decided or agreed on, we had to talk about Chelsea in a bit more detail. And
That's for Chelsea.
and for me, I was just making the notes, the program notes for today, and one of the things that kept recurring in my thought process was, the altering of a club's DNA, and whilst that might sound a bit, outlandish, I think that when you look at all the clubs that you grew up supporting, your AC Milan's, Man United's, Liverpool, the most important thing for you to still support those clubs is that, of course, they win, but you still recognize the football club, right? And to recognize the football club means you recognize the DNA of the football
Tradition of the club.
club. The traditional football club, you're right. And I sense that now, when I look at Chelsea in 2024, August, and I look at Chelsea even at 2017,
Yeah.
right? It is like that football club doesn't exist anymore, right? Of course it does exist, but in terms of, I can't draw any linears. There's no linear line towards or linking the Conte team and this team that won the title. There is no semblance of winning culture.
Yeah.
There's no semblance of player prototype approach, and I was just trying to figure out what could be the cause of that. And in my opinion, I could be wrong, is that when I look at the traditional cause of Barcelona as the Real Madrids, the fans have a very strong voice.
Yeah.
Right. There is only so much damage you can do to Barcelona before the fans absolutely revolt completely.
Yeah.
Right.
Fact. Absolute fact. And
when I look at Chelsea,
continue.
I don't see that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Chelsea fans over the years, I feel like they've been over the years. I feel like Chelsea fans have been not spoiled, but I feel like they've been so used to succeeding, and big shout out to Roman Abramovich. I thought he completely transformed the football club, and the reason he did that was the passion he had with Chelsea, the community, and whilst we're not quite so pleased with the way he was hiring and firing managers, he found a way to make it work. The managers knew that it's either you won or you're out of the door, and they found a way to win. Big shout out to Jose, Carlo Ancelotti, all the managers, who's hitting, all these managers who came in, but they just found a way to succeed. And I feel like there was a real connection between the fans of the club, the community, and the players, the ownership. There was it felt like the fans had a say at the club. The fans were almost in sync with what the ownership of the club were doing. It doesn't feel like that anymore. It just feels like the ownership are just trying to, and in fairness to them, because I don't want us to be overly critical of the management, because it's a different management, different style, different sense of direction. But I feel like it does give a feeling of, we don't know what we're doing.
I tell you what, how come
That's not what it is.
Yeah.
I don't think that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
But from outside,
That's the optics of it.
It looks like we don't know what we're doing.
And when that happens, I have to come in here, Ini, sorry, because when I look at the successful models that clubs now build their football clubs on, City, of course, are maybe the best in class in this moment of, building a model where you have a technical director, sporting director, all these people in the right place, making the right calls, supporting the manager, with a good structure. Chelsea were in many ways pioneers of that structure.
Yeah.
Right. Because United had David Gill and Ferguson, who were running their stuff. They didn't need, they understood themselves enough and had enough network to ignore and bypass the what you call an organography.
Yeah.
Right. But Chelsea, when Roman came, were the perfect example of Emenalo is the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the guy who. I think he was the first sporting director I knew.
I think
or
so.
You heard his name many times.
Yeah.
Like, this is the guy. There's somebody else aside the manager pulling strings, right? And
What a job he did.
what a job he did. So it kind of felt like Chelsea had that step-by-step structure, which other clubs now built on over the years. Which is why it is astonishing that in this moment there is you can't find, not that there isn't, but there seems to be a failure of communicating that this is our model, this is what we're doing. And when I look at it, it just feels like I see a club sliding into a bit of the unknown, right? If there's any club you can bank on to win a title quicker, out of the blue, is Chelsea. But then, the longer it goes on, the more you erode those principles.
Now, this is it. I think, let me come in with another school of thought. So, I was thinking back in the days where you spend 50 million on a player and you are certain of what you get from that player. So, it's more like trial and error system now for maybe except Real Madrid, to be honest.
I was going to say
every football club
Right,
now, it's
Real
more
Madrid.
Except Real Madrid, actually.
it's more of trial
They
and
don't
error
throw money
because-
away.
Yeah.
because you really cannot blame Chelsea. Spend money.
Who you
on
gonna blame?
Modric. Hold on, spend money on. I was same thing with Man United as well. Spend money on Modric, on Cedric, and the other. You get the other.
Kudri.
All these players.
Idiots.
You spend a lot of money on them,
Yeah.
and you still don't get the results you want. Like I said, you can't really blame the management because what is the major goal of the management? What is their work? Is to get in the best of the best. And they've probably done that. You cannot tell me that you spent 100 million on the player and you are saying the management are still not doing enough. So I think we should cut them some slack. The fact is that the pool of talent we have now in football is not enough anymore. You have players who are outright.
No, I think it's enough. The
Wow.
quality has dropped drastically.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
Okay, yeah, maybe the quality has dropped drastically. And that's why you can't really say that you buying this player, you are sure of what you get. And that's why Maresca was saying that it will only work with 21 players. It will only work with 21.
Big
and
shout out to him.
regardless of whoever is in the team, he wants to work with 21
So-
because in the end, you are not sure of, you have brought in Ugochukwu, you have brought in you have brought in
Ugochukwu.
Rufai and the rest. You are not sure what you are getting. And that's why the club will keep buying. And don't forget, Chelsea
Keep buying.
they might face transfer ban, in the next 1 to 2 years. And they also want to play safe. That's another angle.
So
1
here's
to
what
2
me I
years.
would say, right?
Wow.
Here's what me I would say, right? Here's what me I
How do
would say.
you know face transfer
I
ban?
personally
What they are
believe,
I've heard something like that.
I personally believe they could get banned because again, remember, the moment the new ownership took over, they reported themselves that there were irregularities with the last ownership. And as a matter of fact, in buying the club, it was reported that they set aside as much as 150 million pounds in case they get fined for what the previous ownership did financially that were wrong. Now, what I would say, right, is that I personally believe that the reporting of the Chelsea situation has been really, 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 really malicious. Why is this? You cannot expect the same of old when there's a new management that is going in a different direction. How do you expect the same thing of old? It doesn't make any sense. The new guys have come and they are doing they are doing exactly opposite of what Abramovich used to do. Abramovich used to buy if he wants a player or the manager he has brought in wants a player. He goes there, pays the money, pays the wages of the players, take the player. These guys are doing the exact opposite. They are going there, we can't pay you this wage. If you can't take a incentive-based contract, we can't sign you. They are doing the exact opposite. You can't expect the same thing
Is that why
that's happening there. That's one. Two, they can sign 2040. That is two is that you mentioned 2017, and I think there's
hold on. Maresca don't say, I don't care if a player has a contract in 2031.
Yes, now it's facts. I will reference something I said a few months ago when Potter was there. What Maresca said is fact. I said something like that here when Potter was there. When people kept saying, 30-something players. I'm like, if you're a coach and you come in and you have your style, I believe it's like when you go into an interview to get a job, they tell you the things that they've employed you to do something specifically.
Yeah.
And I'm sure during your orientation, you have gone there and said, I need this, or they've told you this is what we have provided for you to get your job done. So how does a coach tell me that because I have 30-something players, that's why I can't work? Do you have those? Don't you have out of those players the ones that you want to work with and the ones who don't fit your way of playing?
And it does
Now-
look like the guys
Now,
identify the players you want.
Now, let me now. I was talking about
Ownership.
the ownership and what have you. You mentioned 2017, and there's a pointer in that. The team that won the 2021 Champions League, the starting 11 against City on Sunday, there's not a single player from that 2021 Champions League win in that starting 11. How is it possible that in 3 years you have a completely different starting 11 without buying as much as they bought? Bearing in mind that majority of those players that have left, aside from the Lukaku situation with what happened with him, quite a number of those guys, even the ones that the club didn't want to sell, wanted to leave. We knew what happened with Rudiger. Kovacic, the club didn't want to sell him. Man City came. He literally told the club, I want to go to Man City. Same thing with Kai Havertz, even though Chelsea fans didn't like him. The moment Arsenal came for him, he literally begged Chelsea, bro, I want to go over. He's in London. I want to go. The same thing with Kante. So the point is, if you can have a completely different starting 11 just 3 years apart, how is it possible that you get that done without buying as much as they've bought?
So
So
why are you blaming?
No, I'm not. So what I'm saying, what I started with is the reportage, the reporting of the Chelsea situation has been very malicious. I'll finish with a third point. The third point is, Chelsea have got 40-something players. The press knows what they are doing. They do. The reason I said the press knows what they are doing is this. If you go over to Juventus, the exact same thing that's happening with Maresca is happening in Juventus.
Too many
Thiago
players.
Motta, no, not too many players. Thiago Motta literally said
You really don't have
all
42
of the players. No, I'm not saying 40-something players. Thiago Motta literally said all of the players that are not included in my list to start the season are not part of the plan.
Yeah.
Federico Chiesa included, was Szczesny included. And they also, I'm not saying they have 42 players, but go over to how they've reported this situation. It's not, they banished Chiesa. That's not the language.
I don't even think
But
so.
you see, with 40-something players, this one did not start now.
I don't think that.
How did they get to 40?
My guy. Let me. If I finish what I'm saying, you will get what I'm saying. When you say 40-something players, again, the press knows what they are doing. They know that those 40-something players they are saying, some of those players are players that you know that they were on loan. The club wanted to sell last season.
Yeah.
The club couldn't sell. They had to go on loan. They came back. Lukaku, Kepa, Broha that just went to Ipswich.
Kepa is at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He has not
But
moved.
he's a Chelsea player.
He has not
He
moved.
wants to go back to Madrid.
He wants to go back to Madrid. He clearly said he's waiting.
But if you
For Madrid.
Look.
But with Madrid, never
So
come.
you know
Madrid
that.
won't come because
Wait,
Madrid have got Courtois.
Lunin.
Got
So
Lunin.
you know that's one part of the play. You know also that part of those players are players who are not first team players, that are under 21s, who have trained with the first team. Some of them have gone on loan. You know they're under 21s. I can mention names. The press knows. But they would rather go, you have 41, 42
So
players.
in theory, the number is not 40-something.
It is, how can it be? Though?
It's not.
So
Did you see that gym video?
The 42 Malang Sarr that they know that the club has been trying to sell, that was bought during the last regime.
Hold on a sec.
Is it?
But it's a player.
No, I know the point I am making.
No,
I'm not saying they are not Chelsea players. Have I said anything about they are not Chelsea players? I am saying the reporting has been malicious because you know that these players, are you telling the club that despite the fact that you know that this player, they've been trying to move them on, some of them were bought from the last ownership, they've been trying to move them on, are you telling them that they should stop buying the players they need for the team now?
Can I ask you a question? Hold on. Can I ask you a question? But now you're hold on, please.
Okay.
Now you are saying that these players they will move or what if they don't move after the transfer?
That's the other side to the
But that's
story.
what happened though.
But you
that's
see-
why Lukaku went on loan. That's why all of these guys went on. That's why they are back at the club.
So
So
what
I'll
if
tell you
nothing
what, I'll
happens
tell you what.
after the
they
window?
will remain at the club. They will
So
go
are they
on
not-
loan or whatever.
So are they not still?
What if Chiesa can't get a deal out of Juventus?
Hold on.
Why did they mention Kies?
No, hold on. From an Arsenal perspective,
Chelsea.
they are as Arsenal fans, we know that there are players that, if everything goes according to plan, they will not play for Arsenal this season.
Like,
Ramsdale is one of them. Nketiah is another one. Rich Nelson is another one. Jakob Kivior is another one. Those are 4 players. Everyone at Arsenal knows that the club is actively trying to move them on. Zinchenko is possibly
So
another
what if they
one.
don't move?
What if
Now,
they
no,
don't
hold
move?
on. What if they don't move?
Yeah.
They're under contract. They will stay at the club.
Exactly now.
But they will not play.
If you're a journalist reporting that
Are
story,
they not part of
do
the
you
squad?
call them Liverpool players?
Of
No,
course.
you cannot call them Liverpool
that's the
players.
point.
The problem
So
is
now
the
the
problem
point
is
is-
they keep saying Chelsea have got 41, 42
Yes,
first
so-
team players.
so what-
How does
what-
Maresca? They know what they are
Yes.
doing
So this-
now.
Now,
so
the point is, which is why I am tilting towards what Olakunle says in terms of malice. You know that the club is trying to move on some of these players.
Should they bring Lukaku to
These
come and be
players
training?
are not actively going to play for this club. They are not going to play. They have been told very clearly that you are not part of what we're doing at this club. I cannot count those players as part of
First
what the
team players.
manager has to deal with. The manager doesn't have to deal.
Now that
Maresca
is
said yesterday that there are players that he doesn't see. He doesn't see. So I cannot, if a manager says I'm working with 21 players, there are 15 players that I'm not working with. Those players are not Chelsea players.
No,
Technically,
they are Chelsea players. They are
Chelsea
not
players.
first team
they are not
players.
first team players. They are not going to be. The manager is not dealing with
It's
40-something
not his
players.
headache.
He's not, he doesn't worry about
So-
those players.
So let me comment. I hear what you're saying, but that's when you add a bit of nuance to the conversation.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Hold on. But the facts of the conversation
Is that
remains.
these players are Chelsea players.
Chelsea
They are
players.
Chelsea players.
Hold on,
of
hold on.
course.
When the window is open, these nuances are stronger or seem or have more life than they should, right?
Mhm.
When the window closes, at some point in time, you have to say what is the situation here.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Now,
Normally, if you mentioned Zinchenko, right?
Mm.
Whilst the window is open, there is a strong belief that he will move on,
Mm.
right? When the window closes, at some point in time, the guy knocks at the manager's office or the sporting director, whoever it is,
Mm.
and says, "What is the situation here?" Right? When injuries come, right,
I've scored him. Man.
let's call them back, right? Now, Maresca said, "I'm working 21 players," right? The 21 players in Chelsea's team are these players. The other 21 players have Sterling and co. When the window closes,
Yeah.
it is not possible for those players to completely be shut out for the whole season.
Can I tell you
Because
something?
you know why? Because I've not seen it happen at any club before.
Can I tell you something? What you are saying is that what you just said now is directly predicated on the fact that the player himself will be willing to stay till the window closes and not find a solution with his team.
No,
of course, they are not.
I'm telling
That's
you.
what
are
you're
not.
saying.
So what? No, he's saying that what if a deal doesn't happen?
So
The deal does
hold
not-
on a second.
There's a guy Arsenal were trying to sell last season, Cedric. He's gone now. His contract is done.
Mm.
Cedric stayed at the club last season.
Yep.
I don't think Cedric played up to 5 games last season. He knew that the club were trying to find a solution for
Yeah.
him. It didn't quite happen. In January, they tried again. It didn't quite happen. He stayed. Most of the times, he was in the stands.
Yeah.
Most of the times.
You
he
know
was in
another
the
thing.
stands. But there were games that, the manager
You can
thought,
bring him on the bench.
we can put him on the bench. He sat on the bench a few times. He didn't play up to.
You know another thing.
I can't remember 5 games. he
You know
played.
another thing.
But the point is, you're not in the.
Ini.
Everyone is clear.
Ini.
Now, the
The
point is.
exception doesn't make the rule.
No,
No, you
hold
know
on,
another
hold
thing.
on, Yubi.
We're talking about one or two players
The
here.
point is,
We're talking about 20
Let him
players.
finish.
No.
Let him finish now. Let him
the
finish.
point is, the management have been very clear, and which is why I said a big shout out to Maresca. He's been very honest with the players.
Maresca only just
Hmm.
Maresca only just decided to put an end to it because in the press conference before the Premier League season opened, he said, "I like Sterling." Right? 1 week after, he's backtracked on his comments. What he said now is, "I don't see these players."
On Friday, it
Right.
was reported in the media.
but,
on
but,
Friday,
but he said, "I like Sterling. I want to have this player as
Yeah.
my team."
Yeah.
You
Friday.
know he said that.
I'm not
On
saying he's
Friday.
not good enough.
I like you. I want to
guess
have
what?
it.
He said
But
on
it's not my
Friday
project.
after the
Couple of weeks
training
ago,
session.
He didn't say I like him. I want to have him in my team. He said I like him. He's a good player. He's a good winger.
But he's not just in
I
my
see him
project.
as a winger.
He said
as
on,
a player.
on Friday.
There are
before-
2 press conferences on
Hold
Sterling.
on.
I know what you're
before-
talking
before
about.
the
He never
Chelsea-
said I
before the
like him.
Chelsea
I want
game
him
on
in my
Sunday.
team.
On Friday, the media reported that Maresca called Sterling after the training session
Yep.
and told him, and
That
this,
you're
is,
gonna-
this
yeah.
is something he corroborated yesterday.
Yep.
He said, I called him to the side. I told him,
You're gonna
you're
struggle with
you're not
minutes.
going to get a lot of minutes here. And
Straight.
if a manager is that, and we've sat here many times and said, you have to
Be
be
honest.
straightforward to the players. You have to be very clear with players so that players know where they belong. And this is the very, I don't think I've ever seen a manager come out public and admit that I've told some players, you're not going to play. I don't think we've ever seen that. And if a manager says, you're not going to be here,
As a senior
you're
player,
not going to play a lot this season, it behoves on the player to find a solution for himself and the club
and
helping him. If that is on the manager, if you come out and tell me that a manager being honest with players, telling the players you're not going to play a lot is a problem, then I do not understand what we're talking about.
There's no problem.
Wait, what I wanted to say to what he's saying is there's another thing. You see, it is always reported when things like this happen as if the manager and the player don't fight.
Yeah.
So you see, there are instances where there are tension. That one can happen. But a case where the manager has gone and told the player that, Baba, you're going to struggle for minutes here. That's the manager being honest with you up front, more so because you're a senior player. The season starts, I'm keeping you on the bench. Probably don't like it. It creates unnecessary tension. It's reported as if now one fight will happen.
Yeah.
No, it's been honest. I don't tell you how it go be. Now, the part I was going to say where you said,
yesterday in the presser, yesterday in the presser, they're asking the manager, do you think that's brutal? Which I thought was very stupid.
He said it's just honest.
That's what they want to do. That's what they want to do.
Which is why I agree with Rufai with the malice. A manager tells a player, I don't think you are going to feature a lot for me because I want to go in a different direction. You're asking the manager,
do you think it's brutal?
Do you think it's brutal?
Can I make a point?
I became
no, you don't.
You make the point.
Wait, calm down.
See,
if I wait.
Baba, wait now. Let me finish what I'm saying. It cuts me now. Why?
If na person like let's say Sterling is a big player. He's played for England a lot of times, and I feel that you cannot come to a Raheem Sterling and tell him that when the season has started, tell him that he's not in your plans.
Why?
Is actually very disrespectful.
Why?
No.
Let him finish.
You literally had all the time in this
No. When a new manager, when a new manager takes over a club, what they want is a preseason.
Yes.
They want a chance to look at the players. What we
need to look at.
Hold on, no, you have to. You have to. Come on.
I hear your point. It's clear. It's clean.
So you don't.
I don't know what
for
experienced players. For experienced players.
When I come in, I play in a different way. I want to see what you are in my system.
I don't think big players can audition. I'm sorry.
You are not auditioning as a player. You are auditioning in my system.
No,
you are not auditioning as a player.
I'll give you an example. Right? I'll give you an example. When Pep
started, and
so what Pep did to Joe Hart was disrespectful. What he did to Saminasri was disrespectful.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yes.
When Pep came to Man City, hold on a sec. When Pep arrived at City, what he did to they hadn't kicked the ball. It wasn't even preseason. I called him before he arrived. Right. Office, we talk. I have analyzed the team from a position.
Thank you.
You're not going to play.
Yep.
The same was with Mangala and Co.
Thank you.
No,
Right.
not the same was not with Mangala and Co. Mangala was in Pep's team before he got sold.
Yes, of course. That season, Mangala was there.
Was it not Pep that? No, it wasn't Pep that bought Mangala. It was in his team before he got sold.
Pep didn't buy Mangala.
He won't buy a player like
Plus,
Mangala a big player.
plus the point is,
Compared to Sterling.
the point is, Jart was like you mentioned, England number one goalkeeper, right? Undisputed, right? One of the best goalkeepers in the world at the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Plus, Pep had the pedigree to do it, right? So this is a guy who had a track record for going to Barcelona and saying, "Deco."
But he didn't have the pedigree when he did it at Barcelona as well. He was a nobody when he did it at Barcelona.
No, he wasn't nobody.
He was a nobody. He was a team coach.
As a manager, he was a
Hold on a
nobody.
sec.
Was the season has started before he told them,
The
right?
club legend.
Is that what you are saying?
No,
No,
the
season
club
didn't
legend.
start when-
Let's not.
Immediately he got employed, he knew what he wanted, and he told everybody that.
So
this is
we're
what I'm
going.
working
So are we
with.
going on the
You're
route of?
telling me-
Again,
you're telling me
going on the
Maresca
route
must
of-
roast Sterling.
Hold on a
What
sec.
kind of insult is that?
Let's not be
Maresca must roast Sterling.
So are we going on the route of? Are we going on the route of? Are we going on the route of?
This is let me establish what we're talking about, right? What I'm talking about is an erosion of the club's DNA. I don't have a problem. I think the media. I'm too used to the English media doing what they do to be surprised at what they do. It's just simply it comes with the terrain. You understand? they are trying to eat you up. You defend yourself. You
Yeah.
understand? Which is what I think he has done in the last press conference. Up until that time, last press conference, he was being very, diplomatic. I think he's realized that that's not going to work. I have to put a line behind under this thing,
Which is fine.
right? Which is clear.
Yeah.
My problem is not a problem actually. Observation is that these things only work, right? If you have the pedigree and if you start winning.
Can I ask a question?
Right.
You said erosion of DNA. Do you think
Yeah.
Barcelona's DNA has been eroded in the last few years that they've struggled with transfers, how badly they managed the team?
Definitely.
Do you think the DNA has been eroded?
Wait,
Yes.
one settle 2 years ago.
No, you used Barcelona
Yeah.
as an example of
He hasn't
not
been
being
eroded. To answer the question
It
here.
has.
No,
He ha-
but-
no, he
So
hasn't. I'll tell you
see,
why.
The reason I asked the question is
hold on.
because the same thing, the same symptom that you mentioned in the Chelsea situation is evident in the Barcelona situation.
No, it's not
Because
necessary.
I will tell you, if you don't remember, I'll tell you. We all here we've talked about Barcelona having a scattered gun transfer approach. There was a time where we didn't know what is even the profile of the kind of players Barcelona wants. They went and bought Griezmann. Small time they bought what's that boy's name that now went to
Griezmann was
Saudi?
around when Messi was there.
Uh,
things were stable.
You get one that boy Malcolm. Small time they
Malcolm,
went
yeah.
and bought Malcolm. Small time they bought this midfielder. Is it Ato Abi?
I
Is
thought
it-
I thought it was a profile.
Casemiro.
It was a Barcelona
So-
profile player.
I can remember clearly where we had that conversation.
So,
Yeah.
What kind of players do you guys even want to get? Oh, La Masia is no longer churning out the way you
have
because
to
of
ask
bad
the question.
management.
Sorry.
So that's the
No,
symptom
fine,
there.
fine.
No,
The
you have to-
difference with that situation is possibly the number of players. Because I didn't think Barcelona bought this amount of players, but I quite agree with the fact that Barcelona were buying players. It was almost like
was
using
haphazard.
money. It was like using money to solve a problem.
Same with United.
you know,
right?
it's
United
not-
had Schneiderlin, had
you know,
Schweinsteiger, had
Barcelona were just buying players for
Yeah.
buying sake. It wasn't like buying players.
That's why I said the symptom
Yes, exactly.
that exists there.
It's the same thing.
United were buying,
It's literally the same
Barcelona were
thing.
buying players for buying sake, and the quality of the players you could tell were not up to standard of Barcelona.
And you-
but why the DNA was not eroded?
No,
Right.
It was at
Hold
some
on.
point.
It was actually.
hold on.
He was actually.
And it's not by
Because-
winning trophies,
Why-
to be honest.
no,
You
hold on,
get-
hold
you
on.
just
It's
win
a
trophy
two,
at
it's
some
a
point.
two team league
Hold on.
anyway.
Yeah,
Why
you
was-
obviously win trophy at some point.
So if it's a 2-team league, it doesn't guarantee that you win. You don't win this year, you win next year. It's not guaranteed.
it's
right.
not.
It's-
No, the competition is not as much as when it's a
You
six,
understand?
four,
Yeah.
But
whatever.
the point
That's
is-
what I
but the
mean.
point is, look at the Barcelona team. Now you can momentarily lose your way, which is what happened.
It's
But-
different
but-
from this one.
but-
The entire
hold on,
ownership was
hold on,
changed.
hold on, hold on,
Why
hold
would
on,
you expect
hold on.
DNA not to be changed?
It's the same way Barcelona changed their precedent. It's the same
There's a
thing.
change in
But it's not the same thing,
No,
my guy.
it's the same
It's
thing.
not the same
No,
thing, my
you
guy. It's
mean-
not.
No, Laporte is different. Has a
They've
different.
always had a
Hold on a sec.
presidential election
Hold on a sec.
where presidents come and
But
go.
you know these presidents have
The
different-
presidents have
what they bring in.
full
I
different.
know now. But one thing that's been
Calderon
constant.
is different from Perez. Completely opposite.
Yeah.
Yes,
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as when you change Roman to.
It's not the same thing, my guy.
It's not the same
In fact,
thing.
under the circumstances, it's not the same.
It's
You
not
have
the
a
same.
club.
They are
You have
board
a
members.
club.
Again,
It's
You
not
have
the
a
same.
again,
club.
let's not segue into another
No,
conversation.
Todd Bowley buys the club.
Hold on. Let's not segue.
Barcelona president
Election.
Hold on.
It's not the same thing.
Hold
It's
on.
not the same. There are fundamentals at Barcelona that
It's
would
not
never
the same.
change.
Because
Like
more,
what?
La Masia. What happens with La
more
Masia?
likely,
Again,
more
let's
likely
not
than not,
segue.
more likely than not, at Barcelona, you have to think that Laporta, all these guys who come in are more likely than not Catalonians. More likely than not, they are citizens of that place.
Yep.
So for you to even stand election, you
No,
can't
the
bring
point- the
you
point
can't
is-
bring any
It's not
American.
the same, my guy.
You can't
It's
bring
not.
you can't bring an American to come and contest
Well,
election as
well,
president of
well,
Barcelona.
in a way,
You can't.
in
So
a way,
it's
but-
There
not
are
the same.
fundamentals that
It's
remain.
not the same.
Fabric of the
It's not
culture
the
that
same.
remains.
Listen.
Because there's something
Todd
fundamental about.
Bowley didn't come in and say, "I want to scrap the Chelsea academy."
No.
Right.
What
on
he
a sec.
did, however. Okay, go on.
The Barcelona system. I don't want to segue into Barcelona, right?
Yeah.
Because we'll still speak about them. The fundamental of the system is you can lose your way momentarily. United have lost their way, since Ferguson retired. Liverpool lost their way,
They've not
right?
found it.
But you see, to erode the DNA of a football club is like mutation. Do you understand? It's like you're grafting a new thing entirely.
God, yeah.
And that can be allowed if you're trying to take West Ham to another level, right? It cannot be allowed to happen when you are Chelsea.
I
Because-
disagree.
Because that's reverse.
I disagree. The reason I disagree
Hold on.
is
But to finish Barcelona Barcelona look at the team now. You see the core of the team, Pedri, Gavi, right? Those are Barcelona academy players.
No.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Chelsea, hold on. Just
Before Abramovich came to Chelsea,
right.
where was Chelsea?
Where was Chelsea?
Okay.
I mean, everybody knows where they were.
I'm trying to let you know that
They changed
Barcelona
something.
were always here.
It's a different thing.
It's a different thing.
It's
because
completely different.
the football
Let me
club,
tell you,
the
let me tell
culture
you,
of the
let me
football
tell you.
club has always been
Let me
here.
tell you.
In the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s.
Let me tell you.
Chelsea,
It doesn't hold water, my brother.
Let me tell you.
This DNA you're talking about at Chelsea started
With Roman.
with
With
Roman.
Roman.
True.
So
He did. And even when
is
Roman
same.
came, and guess what? And even when Roman came,
If you go back,
Roman literally turned the club upside down from what it was used
Rufai,
to.
Of course.
So another owner don't come
So
do the same
that
thing.
means Boli.
no, can you
That
listen?
means my work eventually.
Can you listen to me?
Okay.
Wait till concern me, I be God.
Roman was at Chelsea 2004, 2020, 2021, right?
2003, actually.
Yeah.
Right? How many years? Give or take
Something years.
something years.
Yeah.
Unless you're telling me that the club is so insignificant that every 20 years someone can come and toggle.
Let me give
But
you
Hold
an
on,
example.
hold on.
No, that's
Let
not
him
what we're
finish.
saying.
Let
No,
him
no, no.
finish.
Because the point you're making, right, is that any owner is allowed to come and do what they want to do, right? I'm a Chelsea fan, so I really care much, right? But
I'm a Chelsea fan, I don't care much.
But I'm telling you,
But we need to have objective and logical conversations.
No. You are defending the erosion of what was a recognizable big club.
No, I'm telling you that you are expecting the same result despite the fact that a new culture has come in.
5 plus 1 is 6.
Let me tell you.
3
Let me
plus
tell
3
you.
is
Let me
6.
tell you. Let me respond with something.
Okay.
You mentioned Barcelona. I said you got Gavi, Pedri, Barcelona type players. Do you know why that is able to happen? It's because of what we told you. There's a fundamental that will never change, irrespective of who the president is.
So what is so?
You have the club itself, that's La Masia. The academy, that's La Masia, has a way that he operates. That's why you know that whoever who is president, you know the type of player that you're churning out. That's one profile of players. Even if those type of players don't come over a 5-year, 6-year period, you know that Baba just waits because this is what we're doing inside this factory. You know that, irrespective of who the president is, so that whether it takes 10 years or whatever, you are still going to come back to producing those type of players because that's what that place was created for.
True.
That's what we're telling you. But if you come and bring it to Chelsea, if you come and bring it to Chelsea, the new ownership at Chelsea is owned by a consortium that is Todd Bowley, a capital fund management that is Clear Lake, and another party. What that tells you is the Clear Lake capital management, whatever. I can't remember the name. There's a particular name, but the name is Clear Lake. But what they do is they manage investment funds of big people around the world. What that tells you, completely culture has shifted from a one-man ownership. I can pay money however I want. If I want this player, if I want to fire this man, that's number one thing.
That's
number two.
That's not how it works.
Number two, but that's how it does.
That's
It's
not how
not
it
one
works.
man running the show anymore.
That's why I tell you people on the group that Todd Bowley has not even been involved in anything that has to do with football at Chelsea for the past 2.5 years.
That's
right?
not how it works.
That is how it works, my guy. You keep telling me you are a Chelsea fan. You are not a Chelsea fan. You don't really care. Let me tell you what is happening behind the scenes.
That's not how it works.
Right? So the point now is, Baba, wait. The point now is you can't tell me that a one-man show that Abramovich ran, and we all knew where Chelsea was before Abramovich came and what he did, right, when he came for that number of years. For what you are...
The funny thing is that, Rufai, I just remembered, funny thing is that when Roman came, that first season, you know what Roman did?
Yeah.
He was buying.
Yes, now. He was buying everybody. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? You are being ingenuine with what you're saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Did Roman ever stop buying 42 players on the roster? Todd Bowley didn't buy 42 players.
Let me finish. This guy, you don't do like saying you don't forget.
When they on loan,
they do like saying we don't forget.
Hold on.
That first season,
you don't want me.
Hold on. Rufai.
Plenty players.
We don't do like saying we don't forget.
Hold on a second. If you can't do it now, Wale will do it, right? Pull up Roman's first 20 transfers, right? And pull up the outgoing.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No, that's not my conversation.
Hold on a second, guys.
but
not
Hernan Crespo,
senior
but
man. Let me
Jeremy,
even senior
but
man.
Juan Sebastian Veron.
Senior man.
How many-
Let me senior man. Let
How
me
many
finish.
outgoings?
Senior man, let me finish what
He
I'm saying.
put a
Senior
lot
man,
of
let me finish what
players.
I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying.
In 2 years, right? These guys have spent 1.2 billion.
Let me finish what I'm saying
Right,
now, my
right,
guy. Let me finish
right.
what I'm saying.
Hold on. In 2 years, they spent 1.2 billion. And they spent this amount of money not on a winning project. Do you understand? This amount of money they spent, they don't have a striker, right? They don't have what you would look at and say, that's the centre-back pairing we're going to go going forward.
But it's still what I said about
Right.
not having enough, not being sure
Right.
of who you are getting.
So,
and-
Bro,
my question
Bro,
is, I'm
bro,
not going to sit down here
bro,
and try to do
bro,
Tom Boli's job.
bro,
What I am here
nobody
to do
expects anybody
is
to do
to
Todd Bowley's job.
observe and tell you what I'm observing.
What me I'm here to
Now-
do is that
now-
your observation
no,
is faulty.
no,
That's what
no,
me I'm saying.
no. Because what you're telling me
It's
now is
fine.
that the community Chelsea and the football club, right, is such that anybody can come in. And I remember when I led the pretext, I said, look, the context rather. I said, look, the fans have been crucial to other clubs not being toggled with.
Mm.
There is only so far you can toggle with Barcelona before the fans say, you know what, enough is enough. Real Madrid same, Manchester United same, Liverpool same, right?
So why has Manchester United not changed the Glazer situation all along and they be screaming and shouting?
No, listen.
What are you saying?
Last season, Ten Hag, the consensus was, you know what, the fans actually wanted to keep Ten Hag.
No,
Right.
the fans I'm not talking
Hold
Ten
on.
Hag. The fans have
Hold on.
always wanted
Hold on.
the Glazers out. They've
Hold
always
on.
complained
Hold
about the Glazers.
Yeah.
So why has that not changed?
The question, what I'm telling you is this: the ownership of the club listen to United fans, not selling the club. The fans don't want United girls to be at United, and it's simply because they took the club on loan on the club and hedged the club against the loan and paid themselves and
The fans want the Glazers
pay a lot of
out.
money out. That's what they want to do. However, the Glazers are constantly trying to appease United fans, right? Which is why explains the kind of amount of money they spent in the last 10 years, because they are like, you know what, you guys want the big signing, let's go get the player, right? You guys want the Maria, let's go and get him. You guys want superstar signing, let's go and get them. Now,
You see.
what the club are doing now is not ignoring the fans' demands, but saying, how about we bring in the best in class to show you a different direction, and we hands off.
You
Right.
see.
The Chelsea problem, which I've pointed out, you spectacularly
This same thing that you just said about Man U
hold on.
is what the Chelsea ownership has done.
Spectacularly missing
But you won't see that.
is this. If you have a 6th goalkeeper on your roster,
Yes.
right, and you're clearly lacking in striking position,
Mm.
right, that speaks to an approach that is quite visibly defective.
Yeah, that's fine.
You understand?
You know what I've always
Hold
said?
on a sec. When you look at the centre-back pairing of the team, and you cannot see a player that walks into another team in the top 6, that approach after 1 billion, up 1.2 billion is quite defective.
That's
I don't
fine.
need to be an expert to know.
That's
Right.
fine. Now let me tell you something.
Hold on a sec. When you have a £100 million player, Enzo, right, who you're not sure, right, where you're going to play him, right, that approach is quite defective.
That's fine.
That's
That's fine.
Anyway.
Wait,
Right.
I don't know what UB is going on about, but I'll tell
The
you something.
owner-
That's your observation. That's fine.
Hold on a second. Who signed the player?
Bro, that's your observation. Wait, make I finish. Make I
I'm
respond.
done with Chelsea.
Make I respond. Make I tell you. Number one, right, is when Abramovich came in, on this table, we've also said comparing times can be quite tricky. Sometimes you are not even supposed to at all. But what we know, I remember very well, is that Abramovich did enough buying. Abramovich did enough buying in his first transfer window to create a who does he think he is?
That's first season, right?
Bro, wait.
1, 2, 3,
At the
4,
time,
5, 6,
senior man,
7,
senior
8,
man,
9,
Senior man, let me finish what I'm saying
11
now.
players. It be like MPFL club.
Bro, make I talk wetin I dey talk now.
It be like MPFL club.
Bro, make I talk wetin I dey talk
The
now.
context to
Ah,
it, no.
No,
let me finish what I'm saying.
No,
Let-
you
let-
asked for this to be pulled up, right?
Can I
Hold
speak?
on, hold on.
Rufai
No
speak.
vex. The context of this is that pull up that first season again, right? In that first list there, right? Demandov was starter in the team, right? Mutu and Crespo were visible. Colin McLeod changed Chelsea's. You understand? When Bridge was starter in the team,
He wasn't. How was
right?
he starter?
Or he was the backup left back, right?
He was a backup.
No, it's either no.
That
again,
first season, it was Babayaro that was
that's
the first choice left
not
back.
that's not even important, right?
Babayaro was the first choice left back.
The point is that if Babayaro didn't play, whoever was there, he was going to
when
play.
Bridge was
right?
backup.
Crespo, if Crespo didn't play, somebody else was going to play. Mutu was going to play, right? Joko, we knew what Joko did. Veron, I mean, we all knew what Veron did. These were not players that were missing on a match day squad. You understand? So the problem is not buying. Unless the point you guys are missing, the point is not buying.
No, the point you are missing is that when Abramovich came, he hired a manager, and that manager stayed for 3 years plus.
Who fired?
When these people don't, so you can't then say, so you don't get, you can't then say, so you can't then say, oh, that player, you don't know where he plays. That player, it is 3 or 4 different managers. What are you going on about?
Who made the call to fire the manager?
No, you don't understand me. You can't say this player is not. You don't know where this player is going to play. You don't know. It's been 3 different managers.
You say you have a plan.
Now
right?
let me finish what I'm saying. Now let me finish what I'm saying. If you don't realize that you are being ingenuine, accusing. No, I have to say it the way it is. If you don't realize that you are being ingenuine, accusing the new ownership of having 40-something players, meanwhile, close to how, in fact, now,
is it true or not?
Now, Baba, wait now.
No.
Baba, make I talk now.
Relax
Am I going to speak or
relax now. Relax. When you say you are accusing they have 42 players, do they have those players or not?
Let's move on to another club.
An accusation, right, is like a legend, right? We're not sure. Can we pull up Chelsea's the players on their roster?
UB.
Is it true or not?
UB. I think you are being malicious.
No, stop. No.
Let's move on from Chelsea.
You have a black wristwatch, right? No. Another one. No. And I'll say you have 2 wristwatches. That's why you're accusing me of having 2 wristwatches.
No.
When you have 2 wristwatches.
Because I think we spoke extensively about this 42 players thing. I think it's absolute nonsense. As far as I'm concerned, it's absolute nonsense. Because if Chelsea have players who they are constantly trying to move out, we know that in the next 6-7 days, a lot of players are going to leave their
Okay, so let's kick the can forward. 6-7 days, we record again and we speak about the players they have on their roster.
Chelsea, why do we need to speak about the players they have on their roster?
I don't understand. If your brother, if your brother didn't just say, what's your brother do now? He says he's a Chelsea player. What are you going to say? Are you going to say he's a malicious? Let's move it on, right? Let's move it on, right? Anyway,
you're supposed to work for all these newspapers for England.
No, the Sun starting with the Sun. I don't say Sunday malicious, right?
Why did you like say now you be Chelsea problem?
He said no care, boy. I ain't care pass.
Why do?
He said
No mind you.
It's actually.
No, my person buy player 100 million. You go, you dey blame person we buy player again. What do you make you do?
My own is if I bring a plan, right, and in the same plan I fire 3 managers, 2 managers in the plan, right, and somebody questions and says, you might know what you're doing, but to us outside, it doesn't look like you know what you're doing. You cannot be aggrieved with that because the least you can do is, and this is my own problem with Chelsea. I didn't have a problem for this problem I have. This problem I have is, if you hire Pochettino, at least give the guy 2 years to work. Right? No matter the grievances. Even for the optics sake of it, right? And even if you want to bypass the optics, the guy started to look like he was beginning to piece it together. At least just do that.
No, I think what we were told was that they laid out a plan for Poch and he said it's not in line with it.
What was the commission you had when you hired him?
See, I don't want to say anything about this Chelsea thing. I don't want to say, no, I'm not going to say much. My problem is that you don't know much about what is happening, but you don't want to just keep quiet for a bit.
Where you get your own source from?
Because you just reference Pochettino now.
Okay.
When I said you are being ingenuine and you are being malicious, and I'm not going to continue with it because there's a reason I'm not. When we finish this podcast, I'm going to talk about it. You know, and it was reported here, but because you have an agenda you want to push, we talked about it on this table. Pochettino had an agreement at the end of his first season. He went back there, tried and changed the transfer strategy that he knew that before he was hired. The club said this is the direction we're going. You knew before you got the deal. If you want different type of players now,
you wanted more established players.
As a matter of fact, Caversoico reported it. And you know, it's not that you don't know, because we talked about it on this table. But you have an agenda you want to push. You know. Caversoico reported it. In fact, when the meeting happened, he's going to stay, he's going to go. They didn't make a decision. Both parties It was decided, go away, sleep on it, let's come back. Both parties didn't move. Pochettino didn't want to go back to what he agreed to. He wanted more established players. The club said, look, this is what we're going to do. This is where the wage bill is on the average. We're not going to bust that. So if you're not going to agree to continue, you can go. Pochettino wasn't fired per se.
Yeah.
He was, I don't want to do what you're doing. Yeah. We don't want to do what you want to do. Sure. Let everybody go their separate ways. But let's move on to another club.
Fantastic, right? The question is, in the end, Pochettino is not just a manager.
Now I have to say also, that of all the players that the new ownership have sold so far, more than half of them were bought by the previous ownership.
Yeah.
Complete deadwoods. Why is it deadwood? No, because you saw, I'll tell you why now. Can you remember the season Potter was fired? Lampard came in as interim, right? Can you guys remember how that season was for Chelsea? Chelsea finished 12th. Can you remember the players there and how they were behaving? Everybody was like, these players don't want to be here. Lampard said it in his press conference when he came in as interim. So it was obvious that these players, they clocked out. It was obvious that the club needed to move them on.
It's quite clear.
The same Sterling, who bought him?
I think it's quite clear that we don't have a consensus. We're not going to find. I am here to observe what I see, right? And my observations are that at the very least of it, it doesn't look like
you are not here to observe what you see. Right. You are here to champion an agenda. Anyway, you have an agenda.
You will show me ID card. You will show me ID card on the somewhere.
You say I'm observing. Papa.
You will show me in a mirror. I get ID card. I mean a daily meal, right? Anyway, let's Wale, can you let us record?
Please, just before we move on, that thing Sterling did.
What was that?
That putting out his statement an hour before a game. Was a height of
no, but that's not even Sterling's fault. What happened was that no, that's not Sterling's fault.
No, I have to say it.
Senior man, Sterling did not put out a statement
it's his
after.
management.
No, they didn't put it out an hour before the game.
That's what they did.
No, on Friday, they had Daily Mail had reached out to his team. Oh, we hear the manager is not going to play. He's not going to be in the team. Blah blah blah. That statement was sent to Daily Mail as a response from Sterling's team since Friday.
Okay.
They reported it an hour before the game.
Okay. Whatever it was sent, it was absolute nonsense.
Why?
You know why it was nonsense? A manager calls you to the side and tells you, you're not going to be in my team.
When season has started.
No, hold on. Season didn't start then.
Why not they always talk?
No, that season didn't start. Match never start now.
Why not they always talk?
But season never starts now.
Do you know how big Sterling is? Do you know how big Ryan
Sterling is a big player. Nobody's disputing that.
So a manager will tell Sterling you are not in my plans and he will just laugh about it.
So
laugh
you should go and put out a statement.
But Sterling is a brand, bro.
Hold on. Sterling is such a big player. No, hold on. Sterling is a big player.
No, I'm not saying you cannot tell Sterling that
can I speak now?
I'm saying that the timing was very wrong. But
that's it.
You can come into the club and say Sterling doing your plan.
Sterling played. Hold on. Sterling played at Man City. If Pep told Sterling you were not in my plan, do you think his management will put out?
Pep will never tell him.
No. Hold on.
A week to the season.
Pep can tell you even an hour to the match. There's nothing you are going to do about it.
It doesn't work like that.
He can do it an hour before the match. There's nothing you are going to do about it.
For the game,
See, on the day of the match, if he tell you, he can tell.
No, he didn't play a lot of preseason.
Hold on.
He did not play a lot of preseason.
See,
majority of the games he played, he came on and played 20 minutes.
I don't care.
That means the coach already knew.
If a manager shows you respect,
what respect?
By speaking to you on the side, he didn't speak to you in front of everybody.
And you know,
he didn't speak to you in front of people.
We analyzed.
He called you to the side, spoke to you as a senior player. I'm not sure he shouted. I'm sure it was a gentleman's conversation. Hold on. IBK, hold on. Whatever statement you have to put out has to happen whether when you have left the club.
Why?
Or whatever solution you have.
I have to wait for that in suffering as my
Why? No, hold on. You cannot do that to your teammates.
What teammates?
You cannot show that kind of blatant disrespect to your teammates.
Okay, let me give you
it is
absolute
nonsense.
I don't buy that.
It is nonsense.
I didn't think Sterling did anything wrong.
So Ben Chilwell should have put out a statement too. He has also told Chilwell, you're not going to play.
Whoever that journalist is linking to United.
No, wait. Chilwell. Hold on.
Are they mates?
Chilwell that has been told
IBK, you are saying around nonsense.
You are not going to play.
Wait, are they mates?
So Chilwell,
What the fuck? What the hell is are they made? What be coach?
Chilwell should go and put the statement.
Coach speak to player. You say are they made?
Baba, make I
Heritage
tell you,
now.
we made mention of when these guys
Why not they stop
spoke
this
with
thing?
Modric. Was Ancelotti that we said he told him that bro, you won't get playing time.
And so why did Modric go and put out a statement?
He no tell him say he out of his team. He just say Baba.
Yeah, but that's what this
Baba.
guy told him. He said you're going to struggle with minutes here.
Now
And he said it's not in his plans.
Oh my! What did they happen?
Anyway,
Let's
let's move on.
move on.
Let's move on.
He said
Let's
it's not in
move
his
on.
plans.
Let's
Is
move
that
on.
not what he
Let's
said?
move
This
on.
was gonna.
That is not saying him. It's not in his plans.
I love
So
Sterling.
how is it the same situation with Modric?
I love Sterling.
Modric
I
is
think
how
he's
you
a
not get playing
fantastic
time.
footballer. But
I don't think he's a fantastic
no,
footballer.
he is. But if Sterling agreed with his management to put that statement out,
Of course, they must.
So, Baba, you don't.
It's
Baba,
cowardice.
no,
it's absolute
please,
cowardice.
senior man.
That's actually the opposite of cowardice.
Senior man,
It's
that's not-
cowardice. He's
senior man,
looking
no.
for. He's looking for sympathy.
No.
He's looking for sympathy.
Senior man,
When you say
And everybody
he's
is
looking for sympathy. When you say I returned from preseason early to his, it is absolutely
No,
nonsense.
senior man, senior man.
You're trying to
Senior man.
win public sympathy. You're trying to
Senior man.
win public sympathy.
Senior
You're
man,
trying to
it's
say
not on Sterling.
I gave a
Senior
lot
man.
and you are giving me this.
Senior
It
man.
is nonsense.
Senior man, it's not on Sterling.
Even
Do you know why
if
it's not on
you
Sterling?
see this nonsense why I say if not because na Chelsea, if na Arsenal player, I go say make God punish him.
When Arteta
If it was an Arsenal player, I go say
Mesut
make God
Ozil.
punish him.
When Arteta tell Mesut Ozil, I be when it
Hold
see
on,
bro.
guys. Hold on, guys.
Did you see
It
Mesut
is
Ozil
not,
put out a
it's not on
statement?
Sterling.
Let's bring it together.
What
Let's-
Arteta
guys.
did to Ozil, and it wasn't even Arteta. It was on the club. It was the club that with telling Arteta, this guy has gone and said something.
Aubameyang, yeah, the Chinese
thing. So it
And
was
then
it
took a
was
picture
not
with the
Arteta.
Turkish.
Arteta had no problem with Mesut Ozil. It was the club because at the time Mesut Ozil was Arsenal's best player. You couldn't put him out in the stands. The club clearly instructed Arteta, you can't play this guy. This guy has gone and done something he shouldn't be doing. So we don't want to fall foul. We don't want any. So keep him out of the side. When Aubameyang did what Aubameyang did, and Aubameyang had flouted the law more than 1, 2, 3 times. So when you cross the line, and Arteta knew that Aubameyang is a big player. You know, when the player does one thing, and when you have a lot of young players in your team, Saka was 17, 18, Martinelli was 17, 18. You have all these young players in the team, and the guy who's wearing the captain's armband is a guy that is not behaving himself in the right way. I'm trying to build something with these young players. The guy who is the leader of this team cannot be seen to behave like this because the next thing these young players are going to learn from him. So he had to ostracize him. At the time, he felt like, what the hell are you doing? But in long term, we're like, you did the right thing.
Because you won. I always say that
I
I always say that with these situations, right? You have to judge on a per case basis. Anyway, gentlemen, look, let us know what you think about this Chelsea fiasco.
Says fiasco.
What do you make of it? Obviously all the guys have made.
You don't know Risco
You know.
Foods.
I mean, don't make I talk with you to go arrest me. Because if I talk with you, I actually want me to go arrest me. Anyway, gentlemen, let us know your comments. I like some of the guys who are commenting on the page, and somebody paused their thoughts last weekend just to make a comment, and it was very lucid just for you going to the end, because you get to the end, these guys are going to talk about you. Anyway, I want to speak about, I think we have maybe about 10-15 minutes to finish it up. Let's speak about there is not much to say about United and Arsenal, Liverpool. I think Liverpool will be really good. I think a lot of people are underestimating what Liverpool can do this
Yeah,
season.
of course. I think so.
But they're very good, right?
I think they were
I
very
think
good.
mine is Madrid.
after their
Right.
game against Ipswich.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
right.
I think they were very good. The manager looks really controlled.
Right.
Looks really controlled. He's
Because
not.
he's saying draws.
No, he's not gung ho. He's not gung ho. You know, he wants to be in control of games. They were not panicky against Ipswich. Ipswich are a difficult side to play against. First game of the season, not
As in-
with that crowd and all of that.
Wale won't change him out.
No,
Wale
Wale
they
is
try
fine.
to reduce
Wale they
expectations.
fine.
I saw what he
David
did.
now.
You know, keep the ball, played. When it's time, we'll pounce. And I think they'll be very good. I
That's
think
just
they'll
I
be
wouldn't
very
say
good.
I'm the best finisher. I see one thing we do last week.
Yeah,
Bro, you know see that goal.
I see one thing we do last week.
that header.
No, there's one he missed before he scored the header.
No.
The
header was
header,
fine.
he missed
You
the
see that
header.
goal?
Yeah, but you see
That's
that goal,
point
but he
blank
scored.
range to
That
score
goal,
that.
that goal now sense.
No,
Of
but
course.
One touch.
Jota
Of
is
course.
a very good finisher. Like
Of course.
Jota is a brilliant finisher. If Jota plays 38 games in a season, Jota will score 25, 26
By the way, I
goals.
feel very sad for Konsa. I hope that's not a long-term thing.
Was he injured? He wasn't injured. The manager took him off.
Yeah.
Drugs now.
The
drugs.
manager took him off. And he was busy squeezing his face. He's an idiot.
I saw squeezing face now.
Wait, Liverpool scored a goal. And the entire players on the bench stood up and they were celebrating. And he was still squeezing his face.
No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't
He's
have to.
a very stupid person.
He's a real... No,
he's a very stupid person. You know, we see, when he has to do with a team, he has to do with a team, you leave your personality.
Him squeezing his face.
He's not happy for the team.
He's not happy.
He might be pissed at himself. You might not see.
He's very stupid.
No.
He's very stupid. I saw his face. If you're angry that the manager take...
Because over time, he has shown.
If you and your wife quarrel for house, you squeeze me for him when he put food for your friend. You don't like him.
If me and my wife quarrel,
is it not a teamwork?
Wait. If me and my wife quarrel, and I receive phone call, see, I don't collect $1 million.
No, they bring
my
food.
wife go happy. Go
they
say,
bring food. No,
my baby,
no, they change goalposts. No, they change goalposts. If you and your wife quarrel, you send her money, but she still a strong face. It means that she don't like you.
If my wife,
answer the question first.
Me and my wife quarrel, like she bring offense salad, I go chop her.
Very simple.
The question where I ask you, you don't agree answer.
But you know, we blame the player, sir.
I think that's a bit harsh.
I didn't like it. Possibly harsh.
It
But
doesn't
I didn't
mean
like
he's
it.
not
but
happy for the team.
I feel
He's
like
going
he
through his
felt-
own emotions at the time.
I feel like he felt like, sometimes when you take a player out of the game,
He's a kid.
He's a kid. But sometimes when you take a player out of the game, they feel like, I've not done much wrong now.
Of course, if
I've not done
they
much-
feel like I've not done much wrong, or you feel bad about shit. What's happening to me? Like, why is this happening to me? Guy, it's not.
My mindset is you have to have the right attitude. Your team just scored a
That's
goal.
easier said than done.
It's easier said than done. But if you must have the right in that moment, you can sit down. You can have a
People
long
like
face.
you, Rashford miss goal, Mourinho kick bottle. He says it's killing his confidence. People like you.
You understand? It's the same thing with the manager reacts.
If you get angry, it's normal. If a manager gets angry that you miss a goal, why you should clap for you?
No, the manager is not happy for the team. He doesn't want the player to grow now.
No, so I didn't quite like it. I thought it was petty. Your team just scored a goals. Get out of the
Baba,
bench.
it's not that
Celebrate
deep.
with them.
He's not that deep.
Everybody they come up for bench, they celebrate you, they sit down, they squeeze face because they come out you for match.
You go ash well. Now why don't be manager?
When what's his name? The Konate. Konate and him, who should be playing? No, between him, both of them, who should be playing? Let's even talk. Who should be playing? Konate. Konate is more experienced, a better player than you. So the manager played you ahead of Konate, and he thinks things were not going to plan.
What time did he remove Kwanzaa?
Halftime.
Do you know that not starting is better than you being brought out in the first half?
Just look. What I think.
You don't know.
It wasn't first half. As in first
Just-
half,
just-
don't finish.
just-
Second start of second half.
You
Just
don't know how players.
This is what I think, right? I think in 90 minutes, the manager's job is to do what he needs to do to win the
Of course.
game. You understand?
Of course.
If the player, look, Kevin De Bruyne was not happy with Pep, right? And Pep told him, look, we'll talk after. But
This match where Liverpool won't win.
We'll talk after.
Match where Liverpool won't win.
So did it stop
They don't choke Kevin De Bruyne for match.
Yeah.
They touch
You don't
ball.
stop Kevin De Bruyne from coming to sulk. He can sulk on,
He
but
don't come off for bench. They vex. He pass.
Even Pep.
didn't you see the company video? The company video where he's like, you keep sulking, you're sulking, right? Yesterday you're sulking. The guy is like, am I sulking right now? Right? There's no problem. I don't think that
Person where company supposed to slap.
I don't think it's a problem with sulking. I think it's how you further from then on.
No, I
Do you
didn't have a
understand?
problem with him sulking. I had a problem with him that Liverpool scored a goal and he was still.
If he's not feeling great about it, do you want to be like robots? Anyway, let's move on from that, please. I beg. Let's do the predictions, guys. Let's start off with Man United Brighton. This 12:30 game, man. IBK, we'll start with you, right? And by the way, last week, who got the closest predictions?
I think I'm the one.
I got Liverpool 2-0, right?
You got 3-0 now. You predict for
No,
Liverpool.
that I know. The prediction I had 2-0.
Yeah, I actually had 2-0.
What's
I had 2-0.
prediction?
Actually had 2-0.
Which prediction?
Prediction Liverpool
Brighton,
to
I may
win.
get them.
The prediction word that we did, that one where Wale post now just
No.
Jamie.
yes.
Yeah, it is actually the most bold in his prediction. He does score line. Right.
Okay.
No, if you don't do score line, what's the? I mean, if you say Man City play switch, you can't say Man City win. Who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that? Talk how many they win. Right. Anyway, let's start with IBK. Brighton, Man United.
Both teams to score.
I think Mitoma is back actually.
Mitoma, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant player.
Brighton win or draw, and both teams to score.
Brighton win or draw, both teams to score.
Fabian Hosel at 31 years old.
Palace, West Ham. That was a really good game. Palace and
Brentford.
and
Yeah, it was a really good game.
Away, win or draw, and over 1.5.
So West Ham to win or draw.
That's how you go put that for your
and
ticket.
over 1.5.
Notice the way you talk. You get people where they write them down. Say, I go put that.
Fulham, Leicester.
Draw.
I saw Smith Rowe saying go Tom Messi for this.
No,
the first time they come out.
No, first time, Nana, something.
They come out.
You don't know come on.
So
Straight draw.
Fulham draw.
Yeah, straight draw.
Right. Vardy, by the way, how Vardy doing that?
Jamie Vardy. Did you see
Um,
his conversation with the
Sky Sports.
with the
Monday Night Football.
No, not sports fan. With the sports defender, the Argentine guy. I don't know what the guy told him.
Poro.
No,
Romero.
Romero. I have a feeling he was telling him, I've won the title, you will never win. The way he was doing it, the way he was talking to the guy when he was leaving his speech, he was telling the guy something. The guy was talking, he was telling him, I have a feeling he was telling him he will never win the title.
Anyway, so Fulham, that's a draw.
Yes,
Right.
draw.
Man City, Ipswich.
Man City to win and over. Man City to score at least 3 goals.
I agree with that. Southampton, Forest.
Southampton Forest. A team to score 3 straight goals. No.
Are you? I don't understand.
Papa. Okay.
A team to score 3 straight goals.
Okay,
no.
do predict. What thing they worry you? You open bets. I don't understand.
They use that and bet me.
They say when you do predict. People like say you want make people for comment swear for you.
The best. He say, if it does continue, you go no.
Eh, nah.
You want make people for comment swear for you.
Why you don't know? You cannot say it. Say
I
no.
never chopped his money.
I beg. By the way, what?
Who said team to score?
No. You should just get it out.
No, now one market on top there. Listen, why you don't just say no team to score 3 goals in a
No,
row?
but you should have said
They
it.
understand. That's why they talk and they face the bet.
Yeah, a madman.
Now,
I beg, give me water.
please, what's
You
wrong?
cannot
What's
see me with
wrong
that.
with Taiwan holding? I beg.
He said team to score 3 goals. No.
No. Why you don't leave him out? Anyway,
Oh, this boy, he don't get sense.
Tottenham, Everton.
Both team to score. Yeah, both team to score.
And say usually I win a title in my second season.
You will win.
You learn.
You
know
will
they
learn,
misguide.
bro. You gonna learn, bro.
The back and draw.
Even if they come out Arsenal, come on Man City, come on Liverpool,
Yeah, start like
Chelsea,
this,
Man U, you know go see win the league.
Shows I never had that problem like this.
And even if they come on Man City, come on
That
Arsenal,
place doing bend
come
down.
on
That place
Liverpool,
falling down.
come on Man U,
Bend
come
down
on
like
Chelsea, you know go still win that league. That's something that will kill you.
Oh my god. Big Anch. Big Anch, I promise you, the next big rounds now, Big Anch will do one. Like,
I like
by
it.
the way, Conte don't fight with Napoli.
That one I normal.
Bro, since never started.
Now that Lukaku thing, they
I
say
see Conte and they want the game.
they tell on the Lukaku
Yeah,
level.
beat that 3-0 now.
My play make Napoli score 1 goal from 1 goal. And they watch the game. Conte they full hand like this. They looking players. And they Conte go talk something for this man.
Conte don't fight with manager.
Yes, now that Lukaku do now. They don't
Say
force
it was such a shameful performance.
Conte don't fight already.
Baba, their next game, they play Bologna at home. Bro.
They go lose. Oh.
They are not losing. Straight win. Conte go carry now.
We don't
Enter that
see
stadium.
that.
You know, Bologna, they get
They play for
Na
home
last
game.
season be
But
that
it's
one.
up-
They don't lose.
Okay,
they don't-
Napoli, they home.
How na go fight after 2 months? Never even reach.
Conte
Bro.
was so.
Yeah,
Conte the fine striker. He
Bro.
the fine striker. He
Yeah,
won't make
yeah.
them sign Lukaku.
Yeah.
Conte no
He's
get
looking
time.
for his, so that thing is frustrating him
Yeah.
that he's not getting his signings. Conte know they hide man.
You go take Osimhen play first now.
at all.
He say no. Osimhen don't say he won't leave.
I know, I just
So
dey
Osimhen
play
not
now.
even day
I just dey play
preseason.
now.
You know day anything.
Anyway,
They are doing nonsense.
Spurs-
Player day, you know carry a
Spurs
foot for
Everton.
match.
Yeah, I said it now. I said both teams to score.
right. Aston Villa, Arsenal. Oh,
Aston Villa now. Aston Villa win or draw.
God.
I see a draw, but
Aston Villa will not draw.
I don't think Aston Villa want to lose that game that early in the season.
They don't want to. They will lose.
The last 2 times they've met each other, it's been Aston Villa. So,
I think Arsenal will have revenge on their mind, and that might be a
We
problem.
don't have revenge. We have 3 points
But-
on our mind.
Bournemouth, Newcastle.
under
This is not
4.5.
find out where you.
Under 4.5.
This air where they blow, this breeze where they blow, come up from
Nah,
the mouth.
nah,
What
nah.
did they do?
You don't.
That's Sabino.
Yeah, that's it funny.
Sabino, big shout out to him. Top guy.
He's a genius. I've said it.
Top guy.
Right. So under 4.5 goals.
Yeah.
Wolves, Chelsea. Neto red card.
Chelsea to win and over 1.5.
Chelsea to win over 1.5. Who's Wolves manager again? O'Neil.
Gary Neal, good manager. Drills that team
That
really
good.
well.
I've stopped. I've put a stop
No,
on
he's a
this.
very good manager. He's a very good manager. He doesn't-
Arsenal still win last time.
Eh?
Said it was their best performance in a
They-
while.
No,
against Arsenal.
they played really well, actually. They played really well. Just Arsenal are defensively very good.
Mm.
Against most teams, I probably think they score 1 or 2 goals. They're very good. And they've got this new striker, this Strand Larson. I saw him at Celta Vigo last year. And he looks like,
Raya saved one thing from
yeah,
that guy.
bro. Right,
So-
I don't collect 27 million pounds already for.
So
That's him.
IBK, Wolves, Chelsea, Wolves.
Say
win or
Chelsea
draw?
to
I said Chelsea,
Chelsea
to
to
win,
win.
and over
Right.
1.5.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't make change mount now. Liverpool, Brentford.
Easy win for Liverpool.
I thought our guy on Frank. What's happening?
Yeah, he came on around 84th minute.
Yeah,
the
did.
last game.
Yeah? All right.
and they won
Sounds
that.
good. Sounds good. Ini, let's United away at Brighton.
Tough game. I fancy both teams scoring.
Both teams to score. Palace, West Ham.
Palace to win.
Palace to win. Fulham, Leicester.
Both teams to score.
Ipswich away at City.
City to win, but Ipswich to score.
Southampton, Forest.
Forest win or draw.
Spurs, Everton.
Spurs to win.
Aston Villa, Arsenal.
Arsenal to win.
Bournemouth, Newcastle.
Both teams to score.
Both teams to score. Chelsea away at Wolves.
I think Wolves to win.
Liverpool, Brentford.
Liverpool to win.
Mm.
Convincingly, 3-0.
Rufai, Liverpool, Brentford.
Liverpool.
Chelsea away at Wolves.
I actually think Wolves will win.
Newcastle away at Bournemouth.
Newcastle to win.
Aston Villa, Arsenal.
2-2.
Tottenham, Everton.
Tottenham to win.
Southampton, Forest.
Southampton, Forest. Southampton. I don't know. For Nottingham Forest, is that only if it's
Yes, he's
Nottingham
he
Forest.
came off. the
Why
bench.
has somebody not signed Gibbs White?
Nottingham Forest
Yeah,
win or
good
draw?
player.
I think it's actually better than Solanke.
No, but he's not a
He's
striker
not-
now.
he's a midfielder
Solanke
now.
is the number 9 now.
Bro, that boy
This
is
guy is
good.
the number 10. He's a brilliant footballer.
So,
Nottingham Forest to win or draw?
Forest to win or draw. Man City, Ipswich. Somebody say Euros now. We don't see Foden. No, I guess Ipswich. You go shoot go on. You go score.
City
You
Ipswich.
score a trick.
City Ipswich.
By the way, did anybody find the end of season awards weird when the season has started?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
I was like,
I was like, what's this? This
What's
is
so
old,
weird?
old news. What's this? You know,
City to win 4-0.
City win 4-0. So Ipswich don't score.
Yeah.
Right. Leicester
Over
away at
3.5
Fulham.
short die.
Leicester.
Away at Fulham.
Leicester away at Fulham. Omo, that's a game.
Yeah, that would be
Score
great.
draw. 1-1, 2-2.
I think it's the same
Or
call with
draw.
IBK. Crystal Palace, West Ham. That's
Crystal
a really,
Palace,
really
West
good
Ham.
game.
Draw.
Brighton, Man United.
Man U to win, Brighton to score.
Right.
Both teams to score, Man U to win.
Right. How did anybody find the opening weekend of the La Liga with Vini, Mbappe, and co?
Now that picture where I see 3 of them, the left wingers at some point. It don't be problem for coach like this.
I think that
Like, you know a problem. Those-
if there's any coach that can do this,
They already dance for this
See,
side.
when those boys, when they settle, I'm sure, they're still trying to
I think that
get
there is no
to
other
know
way.
each other.
I think that there is no
Bro.
other way to play them without limiting somebody's talent. There's no other way to play them. without limiting
Mom
one
be
or two
saying,
of their attacks.
Now everybody talks, say, Mbappe is such an incredible player. When the things don't start, now Vini go first scatter everywhere. Because I get the sense that Rodrigo, the importance is I think he's beginning to want more importance in the team. And that importance is being undermined.
I
Rodrigo will never have a problem with Vini. They are Brazilians. They will not have a problem. They are going to enjoy themselves.
I even think the problem would be
Vini is the one who wants attention. He's always getting,
I even think the
with
problem
the fans,
would be,
he's getting. Well, it looks like it's Vini's team.
Yeah, it looks like it's Vini's team. I think
it looks like everything
Mbappe,
goes through
right
him.
now,
just straight goals.
based on
some of the things that boy did do for match. Some of the things that boy did do for. And they look that boy, see, there's something wrong with him fundamentally. That he will be trying certain things in a football game. Like, you go see tight space.
That's proper Brazilian style.
In a whole ball like this, people you go to look up, do like you want to pass. You don't come up pressing ball for.
I don't remember players whose improvement has gone from
and it is smile.
here to here. I don't remember.
It is smile. After you go do fans like this.
Me, I even think
I love him.
The bigger problem would be how they might have a bit of an issue in midfield. Not ego, wait because midfield. Because I don't think Tchouaméni can execute what Toni Kroos
line.
Obviously,
he can't.
The first in the Super Cup game.
In that deep line role,
in the Super Cup
I'll have
game,
Camavinga play.
In the Super Cup game, it was Valverde that played the Toni Kroos.
That's the most important midfielder they have actually. Right now.
So I think that it is that midfield that they might have if they face difficult games. Exactly. If they face some really difficult teams, that's when the importance of Toni Kroos. Because I don't think
I think Camavinga
that's the bigger problem than Mbappe and all these guys.
Camavinga is in terms of quality, it may not be Toni Kroos, but I think he will do a brilliant job because he's Toni Kroos was the guy who doesn't want to be on the newspapers in the morning. Camavinga has that semblance. He has that thing about him that I can sit in front of the back four and just recycle the game. He may not have this passing ability, but he's really good. Now, I don't think Tchouaméni is that guy. Tchouaméni wants to be in the newspapers.
How you take me this?
He wants to be in the newspapers. When you see Toni Kroos is, they're not players like Toni Kroos anymore.
Tchouaméni is very limited.
He is. He can pass the ball. He can pass.
He can pass. That's all.
He can pass. He can shoot very. He can move with the. Toni Kroos didn't have enough mobility, but his football brains, in terms of getting on the ball,
TK,
letting people know where they need to be, and we talk about tempo. Toni Kroos was a master of controlling tempo. Rodri style. He knew it. Tchouaméni is not that. Tchouaméni for me is at best a box-to-box guy. He doesn't have the discipline. There are not many players who have the discipline to be
I don't think he has
a destroyer and just sit in front of the back four and let other people get the plaudits. He doesn't have the discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to find players these days who I don't want to be part of that thing you're doing. Do it. If I get an opportunity to be in that space and shoot, I will. But in terms of making the team tick, Tchouaméni is not that guy. But Tchouaméni is very good on the ball. He's got the ability to hustle and bustle in the middle. But I fancy Camavinga in that deep line making role.
I agree. I just hope his injury is not long term. Any surprises from Barcelona's performance opening day?
No, it wasn't. It was Barcelona. It does feel like every time I watch Barcelona, they have a new name that I don't know. This
69.
They have a lot.
Flick said they don't like. Rufai was saying Flick. They don't tell him to say these La Masia players. They are very important as well.
And don't worry, when you finish third, you will know.
Rich.
What's the
name of La Masia? If like say they know really.
But wait, how is Gundogan going back to Man City?
And you don't tire him now. I think it's funny because
but it's not. They won't pay him. They won't pay him off. He's not collecting salary.
Barcelona don't get money like that.
Yeah, no.
I don't salary much.
They don't get money.
I don't know what's wrong with these players that you see. That's why legacy is almost like you can't buy legacy.
You had in
because he wanted to go to Barcelona for like I think even the blind could tell that you are in a better project, but it's just that lifetime achievement.
Players like the fact that No, it's not about City. He likes the fact that every player will tell you they want to play for either Real Madrid or Barcelona.
Of course, that's what
Yeah,
you've been
yeah,
saying.
And he has
You
done
know,
same thing Lewandowski
Plus-
as well. He was hell bent on going to Barca.
Also, family is
So-
great. Spanish weather. Nice sun.
Chill,
nice
will come.
beaches.
I beg, will he collect his captaincy and because I the reason.
Who's
for-
captain of Man City now? Bruyne?
No,
De
for
Bruyne.
my player saying go collect him back.
why you go collect them back?
I don't think
You come up for clubs, come back. They give
Oh,
your
make
papa
you
get a
wait when
club.
I go enter team first.
My brother, whether you
It
go
dey
start.
happen. They do one for this guy when he go Milan that year now.
This good one, I don't like it.
You don't have a Bonucci
You
that
shouldn't leave this league alone.
Yeah.
Baba,
Brian,
forget
Brian,
it.
Brian,
Una know they
Brian.
win
No,
am. No worry.
Don't worry. I see where you're going, but
Don't worry yourself, my guy.
Pep wicked.
that's the guy you guys
Pep
should
go
be,
see
should
by
be breaking
player
your back
before
to get
season
it.
end.
No,
Before window end.
Get me Yorkers. I
What?
win this league.
Okay now.
Everybody that's the same again.
When I see they get
Get me either of them. Get
Oh,
me a
bro.
Seaman or get me Yorkers. I win.
Why
this
not
league.
VP 124 Semen?
I don't know why Arsenal
Why
is
should they pay
dragging feet.
120 for Osimhen?
I get a feeling, and there's a journalist who
They
has
need a striker,
reported that
too.
Arsenal are going to do something big.
They will now.
They are biding their time. They are waiting for
You see, when
desperation
know
time.
exactly.
They don't want clubs to exploit them.
You get.
Because once it's 5 days to the end of the transfer window, the player that wants to move will start
We
making
get
trouble.
hot. The
will
thing is
start
that
making-
even if you don't make
Gyökeres
trouble,
has scored 3 goals already. He has scored 3 goals already. He has had 3 assists, 3 games. They're top of the table, 9 points. They're happy. Once it's a week to the end of the time, we say, I've done my bit. You have to sell
even,
me.
even if you don't make
That's what
trouble,
Arsenal are waiting for.
even if you don't make trouble,
That's what Arsenal are
the
waiting.
buying club they look at and say, okay, if 2-3 people know they vibe for this guy, why are we rushing to go and
Of
pay what they
course.
want? Let's
Of
wait.
course.
Let's wait. When the window is about to end, they
Arsenal
know that the
Arsenal
player
might
wants to
sign
leave.
Victor Gyökeres or Victor Osimhen. It's very
No, they
possible.
will. I agree.
It's very
They will.
So
possible.
if it's specific by Arsenal, just bring Victor.
Just get me Victor
Just
Osimhen.
bring Victor for your Arsenal shirt for now.
Just get me Victor.
I have no doubt.
I personally-
Anybody that gets Osimhen in the Premier League,
I personally want Osimhen in because the way we play, that hard intensity we play with,
Yeah.
I need
That's-
Osimhen.
That's perfect for him.
I need Osimhen up front. I need when defender they look at person we don't sell for a cold bridge they come. You go no say. You go no say.
you said I coverage.
You go no say person they come. You don't
I
say,
actually think that Arsenal was the best fit for Seaman.
just
And
tell me
it's
that,
crazy.
man.
It's crazy if they don't see it, but
It would be mad.
for me, I think it's worth winning. I think if you want to win the title so badly,
I'm in a
it
group.
is worth doing it.
I'm in a WhatsApp group and they were talking about Osimhen and I almost exited the group. Because that stuff we talking about last week, Nigerians. Because Osimhen don't do live video. When I go to talk nonsense, he's not world class. Yeah. I'm like, I wanted to type. I said, no, don't waste your hands on foolish people. Because person don't do video,
Those people for that group go see this video.
he concern them.
So that's still the
He
same.
concern them. Because somebody don't do video, the person no be world class anymore. When he score goal, they will say in a world class.
Baba, you can't mention 2 strikers in the
Fine.
world right now when you don't mention Osimhen.
Fine.
I don't care what anybody says.
As in,
Aside the
6
fitness,
minutes.
I think
You see
it's
that thing
better
I
than
put on
Haaland.
Twitter? That 6 minutes of Osimhen compilation,
Yeah.
bro.
Baba, no
Osimhen
talk am now.
good, I beg.
If Osimhen comes to the
Ah.
Premier League and plays the same number of games, except he's playing for Stoke, if Osimhen plays in this league for Arsenal, we create as much chances as City do.
Yeah, of course.
We will score more goals than Lallana. No worry.
Yeah, I agree.
Get me Osimhen. Let
Anyway,
me win this league
Anyway,
in
speaking
March.
speaking of which, right? Let's wrap it up with this qualifiers coming up. We
Nigeria no get coach.
you say Nigeria no get coach. Well, let's say technical director day. Cerezo.
Cerezo. Is that man has done a lot for this country. To always be
And the country has done a lot for him too.
he's done a lot for this country.
Who be that?
Cerezo,
Jimmy
because
just
like,
won
but
the
he's
great
always,
two matches.
to always be in a position where you are standing in and helping, selflessly helping the nation.
Yeah, man. No tempt me.
understand.
So-
Has he not done?
No.
No, he's always, to be on a serious note, he's always been in the position.
Sure, they say they won't get Mourinho that time.
Wait, is
You
it
should go.
No.
is it doing it for free?
No, you don't know whether he's doing it for free. Because I read something somewhere. Whether they own Lana also whether 20 months.
Hey, you should stop taking jobs now. But if they call him tomorrow now, he will take it again.
But that's what. See those people. We should actually celebrate those people.
Who? And you and who?
Those people that come into and do a job for this country without being paid. Because me, I no go do
They
am.
should not do it.
You no go do am. You say,
I won't do it. They should
Me,
not
I won't do it.
They should not do it too.
for national honor.
They should not do it.
Patriotism, bro. Patriotism. These guys just feel like it's an opportunity to help your nation. You know, it's
You only help us last time. Now
I swear to God.
Now we think
Yeah, make I do serve for you.
Oh, good draw.
Right, the elf, the 2F, we don't
The
have.
12.
2006.
The 12. We don't have. We don't go welcome. You see?
God, any help, we go carry me go back.
Holy Ghost.
well, they don't put this video
I
out.
beg that God.
Don't put them out. They go swear for all of them.
You want gatekeepers? Gatekeepers will say, he's trying to
Say,
ecosystem.
look at how you people are ridiculing legends.
Yeah, they are ridiculous legends.
Legends.
Don't put it out of wallet and take God back.
Legends don't run to see me mad.
I go knock your face.
Let me know you.
Don't let me knock your face.
Let me know the face. Let me know the face.
Oh my God.
Gentlemen, look, thanks for watching the pod today. I want to thank you very much indeed, Rufai. IBK, on Monday as well. Thanks for watching the pod. We got to 1K viewers on the last episode, which was great. So let's see if we can make it 3K this time, right? That would be nice.
And we do Ronaldo.
Right? I mean, Ronaldo is
What a human being.
something else, man. Something
What
else.
a human being.
How person could do that kind of thing? Like,
Have I done
I saw
close
a
20
post. Mr. Beast did I think 120 days there about to get
million,
uh,
yeah.
no to get 10 million.
Wow.
Ronaldo did in 12 hours.
Come on.
Somebody could
He's
say
superhuman.
somebody could say Beyonce Ronaldo so like Beyonce.
I was saying it before you came. I said
People should not do that
I
thing again.
always have this conversation with my wife. Don't compare entertainers with sports people. Entertainers they do massive, wonderful jobs, and they're very popular. But you see, sports people, Baba, even that entertainer,
Somebody
they be
say
fan of that sports.
somebody
people.
say Taylor Swift is more popular than Ronaldo. I say with Taylor Swift. Like, I mean, Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift. I mean, she's
Brilliant guy.
She's currently the biggest artist in the world.
Celebrate.
But-
But you see, one
I mean-
Ronaldo is mentioned in the equation.
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo.
You know, see Ugandan fans, they do anthem before United start.
Yeah,
See, when they were winning for 12 years, they put the amount of fans,
As in,
bro.
football
Cra-
is
Nah, football is something else, man. Something else. If Africa could get their football right, man.
if only we could get a
If
football right.
if only, man. If only the amount of the passion is crazy.
And the funny thing is that we don't actually realize that we're losing more
Of course, now.
from not building our football
Yes,
to
now.
their level.
yeah.
In Nigeria, we don't realize the kind of money that would have come into our football if we're actually doing things right. Because we have the talent level
Bro.
to have players being sold from Enyimba to
Yes,
Europe
The
for
people-
£3 million, £4
The,
million.
the people that
We don't
are building
realize-
the ecosystem, they want it like that.
We
that
don't
they'll collect-
realize
so
how
they'll
much-
collect,
how much
secretary.
because your talents are now
secretary
going.
to-
Your talents are
to
going to
the
Azerbaijan. But not true now. Our talents are going to Armenia. Our talents are going to Armenia.
And then they will collect media
So they
director.
collect media officer.
Media officer.
You get-
Ogu Kidi officer. Ogu Kidi office. Ogu Kidi parasata.
The receptionist too. Please, let's go. Like the video on YouTube, please like it.
Media
And
officer. What the fuck is that?
crazy move, man. We're done.
All right, guys. I'm a man that needs no introduction on this show. It remains the Hindsight Podcast. When it comes to talking sport, when it comes to talking football all around the world, you get the best information from this particular podcast. You can always join us online, on YouTube, on IG, anywhere online. You can always join. Even on Clubhouse, we're there for you to dish you the best information when it comes to sport all around the world. Stay tuned always.